What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back for a watch-along today between Borussia Dortmund and the other Borussia. I'm kidding. Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I'm excited for it. Should be a pretty good little matchup today. Gio Reyna is back in the starting 11, which I know a lot of Dortmund fans and a lot of U.S. national team fans will be pretty excited about that. Keeping an eye right now on the Bayern match. They're up 3-1. We all thought, something magical could have happened, but it didn't happen today. But hopefully you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys are excited. We're coming off a very, very disappointing result against Rangers. I don't know how to sum it up. I didn't even do a 5 takeaways video for it because I was just absolutely gutted and disgusted on what I was watching. But we're back. We're looking to bounce back. There's not going to be a lot to play for. I mean, we lost the Super Cup. We got bounced out of the Champions League, potentially bounced out of the Europa League. We got bounced out of the Pokal. We're really, really fighting for progression in the Europa League and also potentially fighting for, the Bundesliga title. But right now I believe we're 9 points off because if Bayern get this win, they'll be on 55 points. So it is a stretch. There's not a lot of great feeling around us Dortmund fans. But regardless, we'll get into the comments. We'll get the starting 11s up for you guys as well. And if you didn't notice, I am rocking the Busch Light Boys hat. So I don't know if any of you guys out there drink Busch Light, but this is our hockey teams, our tournament men's hockey team that we play on. And I thought the hats were just fantastic. So I thought I'd wear it today to see if we have any people out there who like Busch Light. But yeah, that's our hockey team. Busch Light Boys, I'm rocking it proudly today. But let's get in the comments, see what you guys are saying. Shame to see that Rosa isn't changing his tactics. I'm assuming you're alluding to the back four. And yeah, I'll bring up the starting 11 for you guys just to get it up there for you guys can see. I assume this is how we're lining up. 4-2-3-1, Kobel and net, right back Chan, which, given the fact that our right back options are not there, it is what it is. We got Hummels and Zagadou in the middle of the park. That makes me very nervous. Guerrero, who had a good match out at left back again. They have Bellingham, Dahoud, our two CDMs, even though, as we, both understand, both of them are not central defensive midfielders. And then I believe it'll be lined up just like that. Gio on one wing, Hazard on the other, Royce as cam, Mullen as the lone striker. It's not the prettiest starting 11. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The reason I don't love it is just because look at all the players playing out of position. And realistically, they're natural positions. Chan is not a right back. I don't know how to talk about the two center backs, but both of them aren't playing very well, but they are playing as center backs. Hummels, I believe, is better in a back three, but regardless, Guerrero is a left back / left wing back, so if you want to count him, you can count him. Bellingham and Dahoud both aren't defensive midfielders. Gio is not a winger. There's just a lot of players playing out of position today. Gladbach are lined up in the 3-4-2-1 system. Decent side. Sommer and net, Elvedi, Friedrich, and Ginter. Those are three solid center backs now. They've been leaky all season long. Zakaria moving on means Kone and Florian Neuhaus are the two center mids, Liner and Benzabaini as the wing backs, Hoffman, Playa as the two cams / maybe wingers, depending on how they play. And of course, up front, Embolo. So those are the starting 11s today. Did I just see Chan at right back? You did, my man. You did. Options are running out. Will BVB win the Bundesliga? I wouldn't put money on it. I would not put money on it. Dortmund should have pushed to get Nagelsmann before he went to Leipzig. I don't know about that. Sula just assisted Lewandowski. He's getting ready, man. He's getting primed up to come to Dortmund. Mentality speaking, we need to win so badly. I agree. I don't want to see us get bounced out of the Europa League so early. But we shall see. Got a 2-2 prediction coming in. (3-1) for Bayern. ¿Cómo está? I'm doing well. What's up, Josh? 3-1 Dortmund I'm predicting. Get your guys' predictions in if you're just tuning in. I didn't give a prediction yet. Because the last time I did, I got embarrassed because, Rangers showed up. Well, we did not. I wish BVB luck on this game. I really don't want you guys to win. It's better for Bayern, but let's see what you guys have up your sleeves. Borussia Battle Dam. Let's get to 25 likes. I like it. The American Dream is back. I'm excited to see Gio back in, man. I think that just given how we've been playing recently, we need some energy. And I mean, Gio's been out for so long. He's been gearing to get back. I know he's not playing where we want him to play, but I still think that this is a good opportunity to get him in the starting 11, to see what he's made of, to see what he can do today. Josh, do you like tofu? It's weird you said that. I literally had tofu last night. I had a tofu stir fry. Girlfriend made it, so I didn't go out of my way to make it. Hopefully your cruise went well. It did. Almost missed a flight on the way back because COVID's crazy, but it was nice. Lucas says, "Yo, Busch Light." Yeah. Put a thumbs up, or put a if you guys know or have drank Busch Light before, let me know. I'm excited. COVID is starting to relax a little bit, so we have a hockey tournament coming up. We're the Busch Light boys, so I just thought I'd rock it. I'm excited, man. Things are starting to somewhat go back to normal. Have you heard about the Bundesliga restructure that want to include playoffs? I did. I don't really like it. I just think I don't know. I don't want to get all into that. I'm not really in favor for it. I'd rather just keep it as is. And if Dortmund are good enough to win the title, they will, instead of trying to create something that is just, I don't know. Manuel's a good one. We should I'll have a debate on the Unsackable podcast, because he's thrown that idea around a couple times. I'm not crazy about it, but that's just my opinion. I'm American. Are you expecting Reyna to do anything today? I am. I'm expecting Gio. And now, I know I'm very hard on Gio when he plays out of position. But again, he's been out for so long. This is a good opportunity. This is his first start of the season. He's got to be just jonesing right now to find a way to get involved. Knowing that Dortmund aren't playing well, knowing that there's plenty of players that are completely out of form, he's a little spark that I think that we desperately need. And I'm really excited to see him back in here. I'm expecting him to get off today. I really am. If you guys are just tuning in, though, guys, be sure to drop a like on today's stream. Drop a sub as well if you guys are new here. And let me know if you're excited that Gio is back in business today. Let's go. We are winning today. I'll say 2-1. That'll be my prediction. 2-1. 2-1 for Dortmund. Why not? Rose is a decent manager, but he needs to adapt. I agree. Now, there's been reports out there that, I mean, he didn't get backing in January, so it doesn't seem like a lot of the blame is going to fall on Marco Rosa. And I get that the season has been a disaster in terms of sort of recruitment, as well as the fact that the team has just not played very well. A lot needs to be done, and there's been injuries, COVID, all that fun stuff. But I still think Marco Rosa needs to shoulder some of the blame, because I don't know. I've gone down this road before, just playing playing half of your starting 11 out of position is never going to lead to a successful performance. It's not. And even in today's matchup, like I said, I mean, there's Chan, Dahoud, Bellingham, Gio. That's 4 players out of position, on top of the fact that Guerrero's playing. Yes, it's his position, but we know he's a wingback, not a fullback, so he can make us vulnerable at the back. There's just, I don't know, this team just isn't built for this 4-2-3-1, even though I do love it. I love this, my favorite system. I just don't think our personnel fits it. But regardless, Eric Sears says Reyna might be the dark horse because he's fresh off injury and we need to hail. I'm excited to see him back, man. I think he's got that energy. He's buzzing. And I'm expecting it. And I'm not usually hyped up for Gio when he's playing on the wings, because I've seen him play on the wings before, and it usually is a disaster. But I just think because he's been out for so long that he's itching to get going, and you should see that. You should see a very rejuvenated Gio is what I would expect, which is making me pretty excited, because I know a lot of fans out there really, really missed him, wanted to see him back. Emery Chan on left back. No, Emery Chan will be playing right back. Why don't Rosa trust our young guns? Because they're not proven, man. And again, I mean, maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I mean, they're not the answer. I mean, they're not the answer. I'm not sure exactly which ones you're referring to, but like, I mean, I wouldn't start Tigges. I wouldn't start Renier. I wouldn't start Mukuku. Maybe every once in a while I'll try to get Mukuku in there. And then even the U23s, I know they're having a successful season in the third division, but it's a giant step. And I'm not comfortable really putting any of them. I'd maybe try to give one of the center backs a shot just because, I mean, if we're giving Zagadou a shot, we might as well give anybody a shot. But I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I don't think he wants to put all his eggs in that kind of basket, but that's just my opinion. Oh, yes. Chan at right back. We got 2-1 prediction coming in. A couple of 2-1 predictions. That's what I said as well. 2-0. Reyna has his moments. Manny says a 2-2 draw. 2-1. Gio false 9 is the best, to be honest. Well, with Mullen on the pitch, my assumption is he'll be pushed out wide. Good morning, Josh. Good morning. Watch Gladbach punch above their weight again. Would not surprise me, given our form. Man should be dropped, Mullen for Mukuku. And again, I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against giving Mukuku a shot, but I don't believe that Mukuku. I mean, we might as well give him the opportunity, but I'm not devastated that he's not starting because I truly just don't think Mukuku would offer too much more. But at the same time, he's been kind of positive since coming off the bench. It's one of those debates. I don't know because Mullen has been quite poor. Won't be excited for health until Holland. Do you think Dortmund need a new right back? I would take a new right back, but that's, in my opinion, far from what they should put their resources in. I think we need another center back. I think we need 1 or 2 CDMs. I think we need 1 or 2 wingers and potentially a striker. So I mean, Meunier's fine. He's been playing completely fine this season. He's not the problem. There's a lot of different areas on this team that need to be rebuilt before the right back. I would like a new right back, but I would be fine taking Meunier next season knowing that we strengthen the center back, wingers, and CDM positions. I think Terzic should be BVB's next manager. I like I said, I'm pretty confident, almost certain that Rosa will be given probably this season and next season. I think from the way it's looking, he's going to get somewhat back next season. He'll get in some of the bodies that he wants. But yeah, it's tricky, man. It's tricky. But it looks like we're getting ready to go here. Captains Marco Reus and Jan Sommer coming in for the handshake. I would give Fry a chance. I wouldn't mind giving Fry a chance, but again, I would like to see him getting tested from the bench first, but that hasn't even happened. Des is an ideal player for us. Des is not an ideal player for us. I'm sorry, guys. To our U.S. men's national team, no. When you have a leaky back four and you have defensive issues, signing Serginho Des is far, far, far from a smart thing to do. We just need more well-rounded defenders. Serginho Des has absolutely no defensive ability. And I'm sorry, but that is my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. I think he would be a disaster in this team. I think he would suit Bayern more than he would suit Dortmund. I'm not saying Serginho Des isn't good enough for Dortmund. I'm just saying I don't think he would fit. I think we need to find sturdy defenders. Where I think with Bayern having a little bit more of the ball, not having a natural right back, he'd just be more of a fit there. Welcome back. Looking forward to your comments. Just checking in, bud. All right, guys, kickoff is underway. Be sure to drop a like if you haven't done so yet. Drop a sub as well. We are ready to go. Just trying to find the live ticker for you guys. There it is. Let's see how big I can get this. How does that look? I think that looks nice. Get the top 3 spots. Live ticker's good to go. That look good. All right. We're underway. StreamYard looks fine. Bushlight Boys hat. I love it. All right. All right, Dortmund, let's see what we can do after that terrible, terrible, terrible effort that we had. I don't trust Mullen. Do you think that Dortmund would survive? I just lost that comment, so I'm sorry whoever that was. I just scrolled down to the beginning. Serginho Des Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if he did anything against Tejan, to be honest. But regardless, It didn't really work out with Zag, and Akanji wasn't a kid. Do you think Dortmund would change position to 3 defensive after Sewell arrival? I think there's a chance. Depends on what Rosa wants, because I still think Rosa wants to play with a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 system. So there's a good opportunity that won't happen. But if he has a little bit, because again, we have the perfect squad to play a 3-4-2-1, where every player is basically playing in position, and he still won't do that. So I don't know. I'm not overly convinced that that's the style of football he wants to play. I think with Sula, he's going to try to get another proper center back in there, maybe especially proper wingers, and try to play the system that he wants to play. Yeah, I think Mullen is best and as a supported striker as a 4-4-2, not as a winger ideally. Yeah, I mean he's been mostly playing as a lone striker. But it kind of looks like you can clearly see the front four. Royce is playing at cam, Hazard's at left attacking mid, Gio's at right attacking mid, and Mullen is at striker. So Dahoud, Bellingham, this 2 CDMs. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Would you be happy if Akanji left? I might be wrong. It might be a back 3, actually. I think it is. I thought Guerrero was Hazard. So it actually kind of looks like a back 3. It looks like Kobel and net, right wing back Hazard, outside right center back Chan, central center back Hummels, outside left center back Zagadou, left wing back Guerrero, Bellingham, Dahoud, your 2 center mids, Gio, Royce, your 2 floating cams, and Mullen as your striker. All right, that is what they're playing. 3-4-2-1. And look at that. Everyone basically playing in their proper position, as Gladbach's got a good opportunity here. It's Playa. There you go. And the reason I've been screaming for this system is simply because playing in a back 4 has been a disaster. So, I mean, just naturally having 3 at the back is better. But, I mean, it allows Hummels to play in the central center back, which I just truly believe at his age and his pace, that is where he should be playing. You have support with Zagadou, which is what it is, and Chan. Then you have Guerrero pushing up the pitch, having protection behind him. Hazard is technically a little bit out of position. I know he does play as a wing back for Belgium. I don't like him there personally, but we have no other options right now, and it is what it is. You have Bellingham and Dahoud allowing to play the 2 center mids, but it also gives them ability because they got a back 3 behind them. So it gives them an ability to kind of play their game a little bit more rather than focusing on the defensive side. Then you have your 2 cams, which are not wingers, Gio, Royce, and Mullen as a lone striker. So that would be my ideal starting 11, and that's kind of what it is looking like. But yeah, sorry, the question, would I be happy if Akanji leaves Dortmund? No, I'd miss Akanji. He's been a long, good serving player for Dortmund, but if he's not going to re-sign, I'd rather sell him this summer for 30 mil, knowing that we're getting Sula, maybe Schlotterbeck. So yeah, I mean, as long as we sign a proper replacement and get 30 mil for Akanji, I would probably be laughing. If we lose him for free, when we could have made a good chunk of money on him, that's where I was like, okay. Gio's not taking 10 from Royce anytime soon. No, but tonight they're playing in the dual 10s, and that's what everyone kind of wanted to see. But we're 5 minutes in, guys. If you're just joining us, it's still 0-0. Be sure to drop a like. Say hello in the chat. Get your predictions in. I'm going to say most predictions that came in today said 2-1 Dortmund, which, I mean, a lot of confident Dortmund fans, including myself, I said 2-1. But, I mean, I don't know. The way that we've been playing lately, little opportunity there. Oh, I'm not sure who got the hit off that. Was that Gio? It was a good opportunity. I couldn't tell. Both of them swung at it. I think Gio got the connection, and that was a good save from Sommer. What is there to miss from Akanji? Good riddance. Whew. Kingston does not care. He's been a decent serving defender for us. Come on, he's been like there's nothing wrong with Akanji. I'd be happier seeing Zagadou walk out the door. But again, he's not going to re-sign. Then I'd be pretty happy getting 30 mil if that's the number, especially if you sell him to the Prem. I'd have a feeling like Newcastle or Leicester or a club like that would come sniffing in. Maybe Aston Villa would come sniffing for a Kanji. And they'd certainly probably drop around 30 mil. And on an expiring contract, Dortmund's going to take that every day of the week. When I saw the lineup, I got sick to my stomach. Why does he keep using Zagadou? He's the reason that we let 4 goals in the last 2 matches. Would rather see Hits and Berkey at center back. Oh, Anton, absolutely not impressed. And I can't even like stick up for Zagadou. Like I talked about it last time, and like I just felt like I was bitching 95% of our Rangers watch along. And I've been bitching pretty much every time I've seen Zagadou on the pitch. I usually try to protect the players a little bit, but I can't. Yes, you're obviously being sarcastic, but I get what you're trying to say. But clearly it just shows how much Rosa does not rate Prongicic. He is just by the wayside. Will definitely not be re-signed, sent back to Wolves. I really want to love Mullen. I really do not rate his shooting. Yeah, it sucks because he was supposed to be such a hype player to get in. He's a similar player in my opinion to like the way Adeyemi and Jonathan David play. They played in that. I'm not saying the players are like for like, but they play in that front 2 system, that 4-1-2-1-2, that 4-4-2. They play as a dual striker, and a lot of the times that isn't a common system that teams play, at least at the highest level. So unless you're Atletico Madrid, which we're not, it's more common to see us play with the lone striker. So bringing in Mullen and playing him as a lone striker really had me worried at the beginning of the season. But I thought maybe this is going to be a unique opportunity to play a 4-1-2-1-2, and that was a disaster. So now we're stuck with a striker who can't really play as a lone striker. He gets shoved out to the wings a lot, where he's not a winger, and you're stuck with a player playing usually not to his strengths, which is a little scary. That's my worry with Adeyemi. Is he coming in? I still don't see Rosa going with a front 2. Because I mean, I guess you guys would say, yeah, it makes sense. Let's play Adeyemi and Mullen up front. But I still don't think that's the answer. And now we potentially be stuck with 2 players that just can't fit the system that Rosa's going to go with. How's Bellingham been this season out of 10? I think Jude's been like an 8 out of 10. One of our most consistent players. Newcastle and Villa got money. Yasha's an 8 as well. Sula and Hummels is way too slow. That's why, like, Sula with Schlotterbeck. We need another center back. So many heavy touches. Sebastian says, I'm in the stadium for the second half of Grasshopers versus Young Boys and listening to your show at the same time. Big shout out to Sebastian. Hope you're doing well today. Hi, Josh. How you doing today, my friend? Hopefully you guys are keeping well. Who's tuning in from the US today? Who's specifically here to keep an eye on Gio? Let me know. Because it's his first start. And coming up to the next World Cup qualifying windows for the U.S. men's national team, I'm sure there's a lot of U.S. fans that are getting pretty excited. Kingston says he gives Jude a 10 for 10. Josh put a fan dissatisfied petition together to management. I don't know if I have that type of power, my man. But we see a few US flags tuning in the chat. Christian S27, Luca, Eric, all tuning in. Not here for Gio, but American. Yeah, no, and I get that. Well, I'm a US men's national team fan and BVB fan, Josh. So there you go. You got both. You got both answered. You know I'm here, Josh, with the US flag. Finland just won today, first Olympic gold. Yes, I don't know if any of you guys were following the Olympics. Watched Canada crash out. Probably a lot of you guys watched the US crash out, but we could probably all agree we're pretty excited that Finland beat Russia, or the committee, in the gold medal games. Yeah, big shout out to Finland. Cool accomplishment for them. Better than Russia. It's a good ball. Finds Daniel Mullen. Gio is the U.S. men's national team number 10. I'm curious to see how Greg is going to get him in there. Tuning in from Minnesota here. I like it. Keeping a good eye on Jude as he is a good talent. Gunner boy Rick. Arsenal fan, I presume. Yeah, Jude has been a revelation since coming to Dortmund, man. He's been one of the most consistent players. Someone earlier in the chat talked about his leadership and his quality and the voice he brings in the change room, which is wild. Zagadou picks up a yellow card. No surprise there. But yeah, I can't praise Jude enough. I think he's just so special. But Gunner Boy Rick YouTube says no, he's not an Arsenal fan. He confused me. The men's hockey was a farce, but def major W for Finland. Yeah, I agree. They were the best team all tournament, but I just like that the commentators were like, Canada's never won an Olympic gold without using NHL players. No shit. Like, we have the best NHL players. We're the best players in the world. Obviously, we're probably not going to win using the scrubs playing over in Europe. No disrespect to Tambellini, because I did enjoy watching the tournament, even though NHL players were not in it. But yeah, you don't get the overall interest. So pretty happy for Finland and Slovakia, both picking up medals. Could care less about Russians picking up that medal, just because, the committee and their part in the Olympics. Greg plays Gio on the wing, but with the way that Way is playing for the US, I want him to put Gio in the middle. I would take out Musa in your guys' starting 11, have Weston, Adams, Gio as the midfield 3, but that's just me. I'm not Greg. Or Tact. I think Mullen has the potential to be the best poacher in football. Whew. I don't know about that. I've been pretty overwhelmingly disappointed with how Daniel Mullen has been as a player. Gio just picks up a yellow, or Benzbaini. I can't tell exactly who picked up that yellow. I think probably Benzbaini. You'd assume? Yeah, it was. But no, I don't know what Mullen's is he gonna turn into? Is he gonna be a striker for us? Is he gonna be a winger for us? I don't think he's a poacher by any stretch, man. I just don't think he has that sense where to be and the right time to be there. I think that I don't know. I think he's a player who hasn't adapted to the league yet. And you can kind of tell it with the runs he makes. His decision making is a big part of why I think he's been struggling so much. He just, a lot of times he looks lost and he's just not a lone striker. But I don't know. Hopefully he proves us wrong. U.S. men's national team don't play with the 10, so he's on the wing. But, I mean, he can play as an 8. He can play as an 8. That's kind of what I meant. I'd play him in a 4-2-3-1, but, it's Greg. Canada been going downhill since Yzerman left. Canada been going... All right. No way. You can't even say that. The 2010 and 2014 are the only Olympics that you can count in terms of grading the world hockey standings. And Canada dominated both. Well, I shouldn't say they dominated 2010, but they won 2014 with ease. 2018 and 2022 don't count because NHL players weren't playing, and also in that time frame, there was the World Cup of Hockey in which they also dominated. And I'm arrogant, maybe, but very confident. The U.S. team did look good, but I don't think anyone would have touched Canada in this tournament. They had NHL players. What makes Jude special, in my opinion, is his consistency and work rate. Dude brings 100% every single game. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that because, I mean, he's just got a very well-rounded play. He's very calm on the ball, very intelligent with it. The drives and runs he makes going forward is someone who's, you assume, to be playing at this type of level for a decade. And at such a young age, in my opinion, he makes very few mistakes, which I think is something to really be said. Especially given the fact that this team is full of mistakes. And I'm not saying Jude's perfect. He obviously makes mistakes, but compared to this side, man, he's just a monster out there. Such an intelligent player, and I think he's just going to get better and better. Plus the passion, which you got to love. Would Dortmund get Lacazette? No. They would not. Too old for a profile player for our boys, and Lacazette is trash. Would Aronson from Salzburg be good for Dortmund? No. I don't want any more central players. We have enough of them. Dortmund need wingers. Someone with just lightning pace, good finishing ability. Someone like Diaby from Leverkusen, just not saying it has to be him, but someone like that. Hey, Dortmund guy, BB winning this definitely. I wouldn't say definitely. Dortmund, come on. Gladbach's been pretty poor this season, so you never know. Would Dortmund consider buying Raul Jimenez? No, they would not. If you're asking about who Dortmund would play, ask yourself, is the player over 25? And if the answer is yes, probably not, especially if he's approaching 30. Then you can ask yourself, is the player like 20 and highly rated and potentially German, like Adeyemi? And then your answer is more than likely yes. We will not sign Gozens either. I'm not sure what his contract is like at Inter. If he's got the permanent option there, but Gozens is another Guerrero, so I don't want that. If we're gonna get another left back, I want someone who's way more defensive and well-rounded. He's literally just another Guerrero in terms of just very attacking. He's a wing back. He should play in a back three system. Was Mullen a mistake? Probably. I mean, this probably is a mistake. We should have probably just bought a winger. A proper winger, an exciting winger. We put a lot of money into Mullen, and he didn't fit. Now, I don't know if Mullen was because of Rosa in this 4-2-3 or the 4-1-2-1-2 system, but we lost a winger and signed a striker, so that just screams mistake right away. But I mean, it's still kind of early. I don't know, but he's been quite underwhelming this season, in my opinion. But I mean, he's been playing specifically out of position for the majority of it. But we're 18 minutes in, guys. Let me know if you guys are tuning in the chat. Drop a like if you are just saying hello. And then let me know, what are you guys' thoughts on Daniel Mullen? Was he a mistake? If you could go back and do it again, would you have signed a proper winger? Hi, Josh. Nice to see you. Kim, I'm sure you're doing well, especially after Thursday. The timing of the Mullen buy made it a mistake. Do you believe that the right back from Ajax would come to BVB based on the leaks? Potentially, but again, if it was me, I'd focus on a lot more positions than right back. I think it'd be so stupid. And I know that's you guys are like, are you crazy? Like Meunier sucked. Like he was bad. No, he's like Meunier had a poor season last year. He's been far from the issue this year. There's so many holes. And if Dortmund are so cheap, man, they're so cheap that they need to penny pinch any money. So sell Akanji for 30 mil if you can. If you can flip Mullen, get him out of here. Like, get money from Zagadou. Start trying to get funds the way you can and build a team properly for once. Or since the early 2010s. So, like, right back isn't the biggest issue. You're stuck with Meunier. Focus on, in my opinion, another center back, CDMs, and wingers. Because that's what Marco Rosa wants. And if you're getting a new manager, then you can make another decision. But I don't think there's any indication out there that says that you will not be signed, or that we will still be signing another manager. I'm 98% certain that no matter what happens this season, Marco Rosa will be giving another year. So that means you have to back him. 30 mil for Akanji, right? That's what he would go for, my man. Now, whether you watch him week in, week out and don't think he's worth that, he will probably be sold from around 25 to 30 this summer. Akanji is, again, he's by far not the poor in terms of performance that we've had this season. And that's what the rumor has been. Now, I don't know with the year left on his contract if that would lower it a little bit, but the number that we've been seeing has been about 25 to 30. But that's saying he gets sold to the Prem, because that's who's going to pay that kind of money. And I could see it. I could totally see Leicester, Aston Villa, Newcastle dropping 30 mil. And considering that Newcastle just spent 30 mil, was that it? 25 mil, whatever it was, on Chris Wood. Like, Akanji will go, man. There's a good ball. Overhit a little bit. And Sommer gets there. That's poor. Oh, get that going in. Oh, Hazard. Oh, it's risky. Guys, stop being pessimistic. I think Mullen is more of a long-term signing. I just don't see it. And I don't know. I just, since watching this season, I've just become a lot more open with you guys. I've tried to keep my opinions somewhat tucked to my chest just because, I'm working with the club and not wanting to be disrespectful to any of our players. But in all honesty, man, the Mullen situation scares me because he's been really, really poor this season. He's not a lone striker. He's not a winger. Now we're stuck with him, man. And it sucks, but that's just what it is. He doesn't fit this team. It's why he looks hilariously awkward every time he's pretty much played. He's had a couple decent games, yes, but we play with a lone striker system, and here comes Gladbach, and that is a big save from Gregor Kobel. But yeah, I don't know. Unless he finds a way to just become a winger, I feel like he's going to struggle because he's just simply not a lone striker. And I think if Holland walks out, we're going to sign a proper number 9. That was a big, big save there from Gregor Kobel. 25 mil max, Josh. Newcastle would pay 25 mil for Paslak. Yeah, I wouldn't say max. I bet you it could hit towards 30, depending on if a couple of teams are sniffing around. How many times has Hummels done that this year? Sheesh. Would you take Dalio on loan, Josh? No, I wouldn't, Yash. Very average player who would do nothing for us. He would be the equivalent of us having Renier, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying he's... No, I stand by that. Simply because he just probably wouldn't get the playing time. I couldn't imagine who we'd sign in January that would have broken in. Because Marco Rosa is stubborn with who he plays. That's why Knauf didn't get opportunities and was eventually loaned out. Same as Toby Rashel. So no. Josh, nice beanie. Where did you get it? It's my like the hockey team we play for, like the men's tournament fun team called the Bushlight Boys. So, buddy of mine made it. Speak your own mind, homie. That's what keeps us watching. I know, but I want to be careful. I don't want to be reactionary. I don't want to see Dortmund have a terrible game and then me cry about it. That's not what I want to do. I want to take a look at the team and I want to give my honest opinion, but I don't want to be too reactionary. I don't want to pout and scream and throw shit because I just think that YouTubers who do that are annoying. And it's not a true reaction. It's reactions that they do for views. So I just try to be fair as much as I can be. But this year has put me to like a breaking point where I just haven't really said a good word about Zagadou. Haven't really said a good word about Schultz. And I do like Mullen still. I seriously have question marks about how he'll fit in this team going forward. And if he was a mistake, just given, not that he's a bad player or anything, just given that he doesn't fit what this manager wants to do. It's a nice ball. Royce! Josh, you can cry about it and then give your 5 takeaways tomorrow. No. Convert Mullen to right back. Mullen is some kind of attack-minded, not a cam, but not a striker either. Yeah, I mean he's a dual striker. He needs to play in a 4-4-2. Nice ball. Here comes Mullen to shut Josh up. But Royce, there it is. Daniel Mullen almost shut Josh up. But Marco Royce, it's been on good form, man. Our captain has been on good form. And that was a proper finish. Let's drop a like, guys. If you're just tuning into the trap, drop a like for the skipper, Marco Reus. Captain, our captain. It's a good workup play. It was a good ball. Mullen did well. Fell to the ground. Little 1-2 with Guerrero. That's what happens when Guerrero has the ability to run up. It was a good save from Sommer. Came right back to Marco Reus, and he had a very, very easy job to do. It was a poor shot from Mullen, to be fair, but it did put Sommer under a lot of pressure, and he had nowhere else to parry it except for directly in front of Marco Reus. Props to Mullen and Guerrero. I agree. And that's what Guerrero wants to do, man. When you get a play in a back three and you get to have that coverage and an ability to allow you to go forward, Guerrero can get involved a little bit more. And again, that's exactly what we saw. Guerrero bombing up the pitch, has a beautiful little 1-2 because he's just so smart with the ball. When you hit Guerrero, he knows how to find you. He's a playmaker. It's why a lot of us are like, okay, let's play Guerrero as Cam, which I don't always agree with, or center mid, which I don't think we should do. I think playing as a wing back is where you're going to get the best out of Guerrero because instead of just playing very wide, he doesn't have that kind of speed, so he drifts in the middle. That's what makes him special, and that's not a good sight. Oh, Gio. Looks like he's bawling his eyes out right now. Oh, man. That sucks. You can tell that's going to be something serious, man. Gio literally is... I haven't seen his eyes yet. Looks like he's balling. He clearly did something that he knows. Thoughts on Giovanni Reyna? If Gio can't figure out his injury issues, man, he's gonna drastically hurt the level he could have potentially gone to. Because I have nothing but good things to say about Gio, and I think that, oh, that's a really good little look there from Gladbach. And that's a great save once again from Gregor Kobel. We are down to 10 men right now, so I don't know why I think it's Brandt coming on for Gio. Like for like. That was a really good save from Gregor Kobel once again, who's made two very good saves. Gio substituted off for Brandt. If you guys are just tuning in and did not see that, from the time Gio walked off the pitch, he had his face covered. You couldn't even see his eyes. And he was pretty much crying, which tells me that he knows exactly what he did. It's something that's probably going to rule him out for another... And I don't know. I'm speculating. But you don't see that with players unless something bad happened. And you can see him, man. Everyone's going around Gio. Oh, man. That's a tough. Yeah, the defense was cut through there. Zagadou was to look like. Sorry, guys. I was a little bit distracted. It's just sad, man. He's found it so hard to stay fit. He's barely featured this season. I don't know what the heck is going on with him, but he can't keep up at this pace. He's been injured for the entire year. And just from the look on his face, man, it doesn't look pretty. It looks like it's going to be another massive injury, but again, that's just me speculating. I'm not saying that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, you see him cry. He's a young kid. He just wants to get back out there and play. Wants to play for his club. He wants to play for his country. There's a World Cup coming up. He's desperate to get back out there, and in his first start, under 30 minutes, he gets injured once again. It's a good ball, though. Daniel Mullen, what kind of striker do we see? we go. There we go. Daniel Mullen heard Josh chirping him once again and shut me up. Wasn't a convincing finish, I might add, but Daniel Mullen with a perfect run. I'd like to see the replay here because that looked like a really good run. He's the one who started the play. Oh yeah, he's onside clearly. That's a good goal. That's a good goal from Daniel Mullen. Uses his speed, cuts clear. It's not the most convincing finish, to be fair. It looks like a pretty poor finish. But I don't know if he just throws off Sommer, but Sommer's usually a better keeper than that. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Daniel Mullen started the play, laid it off to Royce, who just gave it back, used his pace, was able to finish it in the back of the net. I think Sommer would probably want that one back. Mullen gets on the score sheet, and it's 2-0. That's his fourth goal of 2021-2022. Royce is playing elite today. He's had multiple sends from Mullen one-on-one. And now a goal and an assist. Josh goal. It was Mullen. Unconvincing. No. I was just saying. Because I was taking shots at Mullen not being like a convincing striker. And then he scored a goal, but I'm like, it wasn't like a convincing strike. But again, I'm pumped. I want Mullen to score. I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree. It looked like one Sommer would have wanted back. But I think the best part of the goal was the workup play. It was Mullen dropping deep, linking up, finding Royce, and then just using his pace. That's something that he absolutely has. Royce is just kind of in that mindset right now where, give me the ball, man, I'll find you. And that's exactly what he did. Sent Mullen through one-on-one, and Mullen put it in the back of the net. I mean, if you take the shot enough and your finish isn't perfect, sometimes the keeper will split. Yeah. We lost it. We're on white. Yeah. Yeah, Josh, you're being a dick. You're being a dick, Josh. Mullen scored. Do not shit. No, I'm sorry. Far from convincing. I know it was, but again, hey, you have to get in those places to give yourself that opportunity. Madueke can be huge for BVB, one of the most underrated players. I mean, obviously we were linked with him before. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure he's got some injury issues as well. So, I mean, man, given this season, we need someone who can stay fit. Gio injured, Christian, it looks bad. What happened to Gio? I don't know. He went down, and it was a pretty sad sight because he completely looked distraught, crying. I'd assume it's another pretty serious injury. Usually a player knows. You don't usually see, like I said, I don't know. I can't tell you exactly how long he's going to be out for or anything like that. But when a player goes down and he knows his body and he reacts in that way, that just tells me he knows that he hurt himself and probably hurt himself pretty bad. So that's pretty sad to see. So, I mean, we wish Gio the best, and we'll have to wait and see how he's doing. Madueke is similar to Mullen, right? No, he's an out-and-out winger. He was someone that we were linked to at the beginning of the season. In hindsight, man, we should have signed him over Mullen because he's a true winger. He's not having as good of a season as I expected him to have this season for PSV. And I think he's been having some injury troubles. And that just, to me, right away is a red flag. We can't sign another player who's not durable. We have too many of them. We need players who are consistent, who are durable, who can go an entire season or are expected to go an entire season without picking up injuries. Because this season has been a disaster for that. Another reason why Rose has been given a little bit of slack. It's a good ball. Oh, Gregor Kobel once again. Big save. But yeah, someone earlier in the chat said, well, 3-4-2-1's finally working. Yeah, this team looks like it's playing in its proper position. I don't know what it is about the 4-2-3-1/4-3-3, but it just looks like you're shoving a bunch of squares into circles. That's honestly, to me, what it looks like. And today just looks so much better. Guerrero, completely different player when he's allowed to play further up the pitch. A back three gives Hummels cover, gives our two, because we don't have a proper six. It gives Dahoud and Bellingham, who both should be on the pitch, a little bit more ability to do what they do. And then you don't have wingers, so guess what? You got to put your players where they need to be. Royce, Bant, or Royce, Gio playing as dual cams, Mullen up front. It makes so much sense. And Kobel's been playing very good today. Gladbach screaming for a penalty. Hopefully not. No foul given. There's no one that thinks Kobel wasn't needed and we should have start Berkey, right? No. No. Kobel has been our best signing this year. Hands down. But let's take a look. Was there a handball? No. Zagadou was good this time. That was not a handball. No chance. Well, let me know in the chat, guys. Do you guys think that we can overcome Rangers next week? I saw that question a little bit earlier. Do you guys think Dortmund can turn it around? Or at least win by 2 to send it to extra time? Let me know, man. They play like this, maybe. Here comes Dahoud. Finding Hazard. Oh, well, Hazard was making the run. Playing advantage. Dahoud's down. Yeah, that was better from Zagadou. That's where Zagadou can get himself in trouble. He can sometimes uses a handball there. But that was better from him. A little bit more composed. So that's a good ball. It's a really good ball. Zagadou getting outdone. No, he's not. Zagadou once again. 2 well done plays from Zagadou. Keeping his hands actually tucked in to not give away a penalty. Got to give him respect. And then the track back there. That's much better from Zagadou. Both those opportunities could have got us in some trouble. And then Bellingham with a driving run. We can overcome it, but when we play in our cup kit, we always play awful. Probably because it's ugly as sin. But yeah, man, this back three just looks so much better for this team. So credit to Marco Rosa for doing what everyone would probably have expected him to do. Play the players in their proper positions, because they just... Or somewhat in their proper positions. I know that Hazard, like I said, he's not a wing back. But, I mean, knowing that there's coverage behind him, he's got the ability to run up the pitch. Guerrero is a wing back. Getting knocked out by Rangers would be real demoralizing. Yeah. Mike says, what happened to Gio? We're assuming he picked up probably the same injury he's been carrying for a while now. He was crying on his way off the pitch. And that just tells me that he knows what he did, and it's not good. In fairness to Zagadou, he was injured for well over a year, basically, and then he was thrown into a starting lineup as soon as he gets back. Let's see how he grows, I guess. So Gage, again, just being very honest, I didn't like Zagadou's game before he was injured. I thought he was a walking mistake pretty much since he started playing for Dortmund. Injuries have made it so much worse. And he's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't know if Dortmund's not the home for him. But he just constantly puts himself in trouble. Zagadou did look like he was holding his hamstring there, though. And Bellingham goes down. Injuries again. And Prongicic coming on. For Bellingham, that's not a positive substitution you want to see. Zagadou's having a good game today, though. Not to think that I only crap on Zagadou. I don't know, man. I just think Royce looks... What is going on? Our teams are dropping like flies today. Oh, Royce got punched in the head. Who's coming off here? Is it Zagadou? I saw Zagadou holding his hamstring. Saw Royce holding his head. Bellingham was down. Oh my. Zagadou actually had a good game. I mean, Zagadou had a very a very positive 41 minutes there. Oh my god. Who's down now? Is that Royce? Got punched square in the head. That's 3 potential injury substitutions. That's not good. Royce has been playing fantastic. So Prongicic is coming on, a direct replacement for Zagadou. Brandt came on as a direct replacement for Gio. Haven't noticed him on the pitch yet. And now Royce, who's been probably our best player in recent weeks, is down as well. Who do you bring on? Renier? Maybe Mukuku? I'd probably bring on Mukuku. Let him play in that kind of roaming role. Have him cut in from the right. Hopefully Royce is okay, though. Zagadou injury, boy. We are a hospital today. Ah, man. No, but again, I've been very hard on Zagadou, guys, so I just want to make sure like I'm clear. He had a good game today. I was very happy with his performance. Doesn't change the way I fully feel about Zagadou. I still think he's got way too many mistakes in him for the way that this team plays. But regardless, it sucks that he came off with injury just for him being a young footballer trying to make it professionally like this and consistently, that he picked up another injury and he held his hamstring, which is just not an injury you want to pick up. Is Mullen left or right-footed? It looks awkward on both. He's right-footed. Holland going to come on crutches. He's laughing right now, being like, holy crap, man. Made of flies today. Hopefully Royce is okay. He's standing now. Eric says we're screwed. Is he going to get subbed off? He did get punched pretty hard in the head. Prongicic going to start against Rangers. Is that Prongicic or Januzaj? Renier is warming up. Oh my god. Captain never fails. Come on, Royce. Walk off the concussion. I'm kidding. If he's got a concussion, he needs to get off the pitch. But hopefully he's okay. Kobel probably feels pretty bad. Minute left here in a halftime. Royce is back on the pitch, I believe. Is that what I'm seeing? Or at least he looks like he's walking towards halfway. With 30 mil into the medical staff. It's been a very common question, guys, and I've tried not to touch on it because I just don't know enough. You'd assume that any professional medical staff would know what they're doing and know when to allow players to work their way back into the game. I don't know if it's just really bad luck, if it's our players' durability. I don't know what it is. But yeah, this season has been atrocious for consistent injuries. I swear if we put the Real Madrid, not even using his name. The hell with Renier. I swear if you put in the Real Madrid player who has shown nothing since he's been here, our boy Mukuku, all riot. Yeah, I would have. Renier is warming up. He plays the position a little bit more consistently, but yeah, I'd be hesitant to do that as well. I hope this doesn't make Kobel less relentless. No. I don't think that'll break his spirit. Royce is back on the pitch, guys. So that's good. It was probably just a knock. But we're up 2-0, man. 4 additional minutes. That makes sense. There's been a few injuries, a couple goals. If we can get to halftime up by 2, that's a W. Curious to see how Prongicic is going to play today. He's playing on the left-hand side, exact switch for Zagadou. Prongicic starting against Rangers makes me pretty nervous. Who will win and how many goals? I think Dortmund's going to win. We're up 2-0 at home. That's good. That's good. I don't know. Take your pick. 1 or 2 goals probably, knowing Dortmund will concede. Mukuku isn't a cam, and we don't really need more goals. We should bring on someone who can play the cam position and maybe help out a bit in the defense. That's Renier. I wouldn't say Renier can help out in the defense, but I agree that Renier is the only really like-for-like option to bring on if Royce came off. I don't know if we have another midfielder out there. We'll take a look at the bench at halftime and see if there is a system. But Mukuku isn't a cam, but I mean, I don't think if you played Mukuku or Renier in that dual cam position, I don't think it would be a massive difference. I think they would both pretty much give you the same. I think Mukuku might even give you more. Is Witsel on there? Say Witzel's on there. Just bring him on. We're up by 2. Lock in a midfield 3 and play a 3-5-1-1. Five midfielders, and then kind of like a roaming cam, which could be Brandt, and then your striker Mullen. Bellingham at cam. Josh, lace up those boots and get out there for Dortmund. Yeah, they're gonna need it. Josh, you call him Pongacic? Pongacic. My bad. It's been so long since he's freaking played. I forgot he's even a part of this team, man. He's never not going to keep him either, so what's it matter? Sorry, Pongacic. I did. I was calling him Pongacic. You were right. Pongacic, my bad. But again, he'll be going back to Wolfsburg because there's absolutely no chance Dortmund are re-signing him. Bring Witsel on. I don't want to come on with this game intensity. No, I would have brought Witsel on. We're up 2-0, man. It'd be a way just to calm shit down. But I mean, if Marco Rose doesn't want, I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at it. If Marco Rose wants to keep up the same tempo, play this similar way, then yeah, you need to bring on a cam. You need to bring on someone who can do what Royce was supposed to do. But if not, the answer could be bring on Witsel, try to relax the game a little bit. Relaxing on the ball, a lot of backwards passes. And Jared says, what the F happened to Gio? Yeah, man, he got hurt and it looks bad. But that's halftime, guys. We are up 2-0. We'll go over to the chat now. Yeah, Brandt has been absolutely invisible. Absolutely invisible. Since he's came on. He's done nothing. Got a couple of comments like that. Brandt would just slot inside and Mullen or Mukuku would push outside. Yeah. Could work. How has Dahoud played from a 1 to 10? How has Dahoud played? I'd say a 7. It's probably fair for Dahoud. 7.5 maybe? I think Dahoud's been good. Why did we sell Delaney? We needed money. He's approaching 30, and he's not very sellable, so it was the opportunity to get it. Josh in the 90+4 scores the winner against Rangers with his beanie. The Busch Light boys, man. I thought you guys would like that. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. But I haven't seen anyone on the chat said, yes, Josh, I drink Busch. And now I kind of regret my decision. Jared is not impressed. Yeah, man. For anyone who's tuning in and doesn't know, Gio went off injured. He looked very, very devastated. He was covering his face with his shirt. And again, guys, all that tells me is that he knows what the injury was. He knows it's not good. And if you're a U.S. national team fan, I wouldn't expect him to be in this upcoming window. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly how it is, but if anyone who was watching that game saw Gio go off the way he did, you'd assume it's a recurring injury of what he just spent months dealing with. And yeah, I mean, you just don't see that kind of emotions otherwise. Pretty devastating stuff for Gio. And I mean, obviously we wish him a quick recovery, but I don't know, man. Oh, if we're talking about Witsel for Royce, got it. I thought it was Witsel for one of the mids. No. I just meant, no, I was talking about if Royce came off after getting punched in the head. There's no flow, but I'll take it 2-0. There's not. There's not. There's been a lot of interrupted. There's been a lot of interrupted periods throughout this match, but I don't know. Kobel's had a couple good saves. Like this could have easily been a closer match than it is. We've just taken our opportunities. Gladbach hasn't. Kobel's been the difference maker so far. Yay, we survived. I don't think Pongacic is going to play for us. He made some comments about Wolfsburg, so he's going to play. All I know is I don't care. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to play for Wolfsburg either, but I don't think he's going to play for Dortmund. I'm pretty sure Pongacic is going to go back to Wolfsburg because Dortmund are not going to sign him, and then Wolfsburg are going to sell him as quick as they can. So I don't know where he's going to end up. Bush. Would Gio still be back for the U.S. men's national team in March window? I have no idea, guys, so don't take my word for it. But looking at the body language of Gio when he walked off the pitch, that tells me no. That tells me this is a huge setback, and he's going to be out for a few more months. But I don't know. I do not know. I can't tell you that. It looked sad, man. Hey, Josh, how are we doing? Do you think that we'll concede in the second half? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. But, the way that we've given up chances, Kobel's playing very well. Injuries are kind of throwing us off. So, I mean, I can see Gladbach scoring a goal. Tack's probably going to be pretty angry. Yeah. Could have been a small muscle problem, but he's crying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's young. Maybe his emotions got the better of him, but he was devastated, man. Like, Gio was devastated when he left the pitch. All that tells me is that he knows what's going on. He recognizes it. I'm someone who's dealt with injuries before. If you were going to look at me cry, like physically cry, I've dislocated my shoulder 3 times and had surgery on it. If I was playing hockey or soccer and I did something and I threw it and I dislocated my shoulder again, I'd probably look like Gio because I know it's going to be another 3 months. We'll probably need surgery on it again. Like, I know he's young and I'm in my mid-20s, but I would feel gutted because I've had to deal with that crap before. Now, I'm assuming Gio playing it a lot more is on the line for him, but I couldn't imagine if he picked up a small injury, he'd react the way he did. I'd assume this is something that he knows exactly what it was, just like I would know if my shoulder popped out, and it would just crush him. We'll know more throughout probably the next few days, but it's not a good look, man. It was heartbreaking to watch, and Gio just looked absolutely devastated. Brandt is 75% losing the ball, 25% class. Man, not a single day at BVB makes me happy. We are playing well, but then the injuries. Why? It's Dortmund, my man. Yo, I'm back after a lot of time. I was so mad at the Rangers match. Now I hope we can win this comfortably, and I'm happy Zagadou is injured. All right, well, we don't want to be happy at anyone's injured, man. I mean, Zagadou is not my favorite player on this side. I don't trust him, but I mean, he's a young player. There is a footballer in there, and I hope he finds a move where he can be successful. But yeah, it sucks because he's had terrible injury problems as well. He grabbed his hamstring. Hopefully it's not too serious for Zagadou because he was actually playing well today, but he's been a walking mistake the last month, 2 months, pretty much. Bro, why did you say soccer? I am Canadian. For you guys who are not aware, I am Canadian. I am North American. If you say football where I am from, they assume you're talking about American football. So, yeah. I call it soccer. But I do my best while doing these watch-alongs to say football. But yeah, there's a 50-50 chance when I say it, I will say soccer because that's what it is. At least where I'm from. Morning, Josh. Woke up to this surprising result. Surprising that we're winning? It's a re-aggravation, and he's been prematurely injured since 2020. Yeah. Gladbach is playing Dirty like Mexico. He says soccer because he's Canadian. I think I do pretty well, man. I say football like most of the time, but you know, it'll slip out. Rick says, I hope Zagadou never steps foot on a football pitch again. There's not a lot of love lost for Zagadou. I think we're being a little harsh. Now, I've said, guys, he is not my cup of tea, but I still wish him to be, I guess, healthy, and I hope he finds a move, because if Zagadou's healthy, we can make some money off of him, because he's still young. There is a footballer in there, and some Premier League team will give us some money for him. So let's just hope Zagadou can do what he can do for us, because he was having a decent game today. Let's hope for the sake of him and his career that he can stay healthy, and then we can get maybe 20 mil for him, and then we're all fine. But he's had a disastrous time at Dortmund. There's no sugarcoating it. Right from that Lewandowski goal he conceded in that title race, I don't think he's been on a lot of Dortmund fans' good sides. Every English-speaking country in the world outside of the UK says soccer. Eric with the facts. Player ratings from Alex. Kobel 9, I agree with. Chan Zagadou, or Zagadou 6.5, I think that's fair. 7 maybe. He had a couple of decent challenges. Hummels, Chan, both probably 6s, I agree with. They've been fairly quiet. Guerrero, I'd probably give Guerrero like 7.5 to an 8. I think he's, getting involved, doing what he can do. You can see that he loves playing where he is playing right now. Dahoud, I'd probably give a 7. Bellingham, probably a 6, not as involved as I usually expect. Hazard, a 6 is fair. I'd say Gio is probably a 6. He didn't do too much either. Royce 8. I think I agree with that. Royce is probably the best player on the pitch. Mullen 7 because of the goal. And Brandt probably like a 1 because he's just, man, I've not noticed the guy since he came on the pitch. People got to stop getting triggered with the word soccer. I know. I was so careful when I started this channel to say football every single time. And then I just stopped caring. And now I'll say soccer because that's what it's called. But I try to be respectful. Now, I bet you if we put it in a vote, probably it'd be close. I bet you there's close to a 50-50 split for people who, depending where you guys are from in the world, call it football or call it soccer. But we have a lot of US viewers on this channel. We have a lot of German, or European ones as well. So there's a good chance it's a split. But yes, I'm sorry. Crap, I would need to say soccer as well. Do you think a club like Palace would suit Zagadou? I feel like there's something to Zagadou. Arsenal were sniffing around for him, which I thought was freaking hilarious. He'd been a disaster there. Palace might not be a bad one. Vieira's the manager there. There's a French connection. They're a solid mid-table Prem club. They have a couple decent center backs there. They play in a back 4. Yeah, that's not the worst shout you're going to hear. I think it'd have to be a club that's willing to drop 20 plus on him, which I don't know. It's hard to do when you're just always injured and haven't been good. But I think there'd be a Premier League side willing to do it. Hazard's been pretty quiet today. I agree. Eric, literally everyone exclude 7 countries say football. He said English speaking, to be fair. He said English speaking countries. A lot of them say soccer. But yes, I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, most European countries would say football, whether you speak English or not. Which is why I try to say football as much as I can. Potato. Technically, football is just any game played on foot as opposed to horseback. American football. Yeah, Aussie football. I played that before. That was fun. Am I the only one who thinks that Brandt had a world-class player in him? I wouldn't say you're the only one. I don't think there's a world-class player in Brandt, unfortunately. I think there's a pretty solid player in Brandt, and he pops his head out every once in a while, but consistency has been an issue with him. Paya says, hey Josh, how have you been? I've been good. Enjoying a 2-0 lead for Dortmund, which is nice. A little surprising given the fact that we've been horrible against Kyle's Rangers here. No proper football fan calls it soccer. Well, I don't know. I've done work with Dortmund, so I mean, if you don't consider I'm a proper football fan, then I don't know what to tell you. What have you done? What have you done, Kyle? I'm kidding. Kyle, I'm kidding. I was born in Canada, man. There's nothing I can do about it. Doesn't mean I'm any less of a fan because I call it soccer. Monaco would fit. I don't know about that. But now Kyle's gonna get the last laugh when his Rangers take us down. That's what you get, Josh, for not being a proper football fan. You soccer idiot. I'm just having fun, Kyle. Hey, BVB. Are we allowed to swear here? I try not to. Producer T's not in the background, and usually when Producer T's here, he gets all mad when I swear. And he gives me like the whisper. He's like, don't swear. We're gonna get demonetized if you swear, Josh. BVB managers ruined him. Yeah, he kind of ruined himself. I'm going to laugh so hard when Rangers lose to Napoli. Apparently, again, maybe I didn't know that, but I mean, a lot of you guys in the chat were just taking shots at Rangers, Zenit, and Lazio, which was wild because I knew the issues with Zenit, because they're just horrible when it comes to. I mean, it's weird because Zenit has a lot of very successful, like black footballers. They do, like they've always had them. Fitzel's one of them. They have Malcolm there. Like they're some of their best players and club legends were black players, and it's weird because obviously the club doesn't care. Like they will bring in who they think will fit, but some of the ultras and the fans of Zenit have said some disgusting things. So I knew like the issues that were going on with them. Now I didn't know Rangers had a history like that. About I think it was Catholics you guys were saying, but I felt when we were doing the watch along the other day, every other comment was you guys or whoever coming in the chat and just taking shots at Rangers and calling them like some wild things. So, I mean, obviously I just didn't know about that story. And then Lazio as well. The more you know. You guys teach me things too, see? Well, you won't get demonetized with cursing. You will get a full-blown argument. Think basket plus ball. Net plus ball. Base plus ball. Football. I agree. Handball is what they should have called it. Do you think Holland will be back for Rangers game? I'm pretty confident no. Just jealousy, dude. Rangers most successful team in Europe. Kyle, I can't tell if you're serious because like I know like they're nowhere close to being the most successful team in Europe. But they are apparently a very unloved club, which I didn't know. But no, all the things aside, I think Rangers have had an incredible run, and I liked the story of getting relegated down to the 4th division and then flying their way up the table, and then just what Stevie G did with the there's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot to like about it. And they've had a really successful few years, and I've heard nothing but good things about people and you viewers who said that, hey, I'm from Scotland, like part of the BVB Scotland community. I love going to Rangers games. So like, I don't know. I just thought it was really weird to hear like the negativity about Rangers because I just didn't know it. Josh, can you say I love football? I love football. I call it, you guys know this. You guys have been on the channel, at least some of you guys have enough to know that I mostly call it football. I let soccer slip once, guys. It's because producer T's not here. Rangers won most trophies in Europe. Only team in the world that has more. Is that true? You have the most in Europe? Are you talking about like every like everything? Like in terms of like trophies? Like trophies in like that you've won within your league, trophies you've won within Europe. Or are you talking about like European trophies, like Champions League, Europa League, the old competitions? Let me know, Kyle, because I couldn't tell. Google disagrees. Okay. Well, second half's back underway, guys. Kyle's teaching me things. I don't know what to Google. Most trophies in football. I'm going to put in football. Let's see what pops up. All right. Proper football pops up. And by proper football, I mean like our sport. The 30 most successful clubs. Who's number one? Celtic's got 106 trophies. Barcelona's got 91. Rangers are in second with 115. So yeah, no, Kyle. The more you know. Al Hilal I don't think I pronounced that correctly. In Egypt has 118 trophies. Damn, I didn't realize Rangers had so many. 54 Scottish League titles to their name. In Europe, they've won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1971-72, despite not winning a title since 2010-2011. So you guys are probably having a couple more than that. Regardless, we're underway, guys. So if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like, say hello in the chat. Kyle has taught me things about Rangers. We'll get the board back up there. Let's see what we can do. Rangers were made in 2012. It is true, says Kingston. All trophies won, yes. Well, I didn't realize that. You guys have a crap load of trophies. You and Celtic. Celtic had 100, 109 or something like that. Educational stream today. Apparently, guys. We're learning things. Shout out to Kyle. Because it was weird. Again, in the chat, everyone kept, like the Rangers fans were saying, we're the most successful team. And I didn't really know what you meant. For some reason, I didn't assume you guys had that many trophies. So again, we learn. Hi, Josh. Bellingham is mad. How can he go from CDM to play in a front three? He's wild, man. He's wild. Now, I don't know if he's playing in a front three. I don't know if you're talking about this game because it doesn't look like he is. But... oh, Celtic better than Rangers. Taking shots. Brant touched the ball. I'm here. Any word on the injury to Gio? No, but again, it didn't look good. He cried. It looked pretty sad. He looked pretty devastated. So I don't know. My guess is that Gio's going to be out for some time, but I like blue, so Rangers better than Celtic. Josh, you sound like you're stress slurping there. Is it because we're 2-0 ahead? Yes, always stress slurping. Ugh. It's cracking my back. Man City and Rangers are equal with domestic, but can't win in Europe. Yeah, Rangers could go on a decent run if they knock Dortmund out. I feel like if Dortmund get dumped out, not that I'm saying that they were the favorites because they can't even get past the round of 32, but they were expected to be the favorites. But regardless, I think whoever gets through that, I think Napoli could have a really good go, and I personally think Napoli are gonna send Barca packing. Dude, did you know that Gio's dad played for Rangers with Giovanni Van Bronckhorst? That's why it's called Gio. I did know that. I knew that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst played for Rangers because that was a big talking point to when he took over Rangers, which I thought was a good appointment because he did some pretty impressive things for Feyenoord. I did know that Gio's dad played for Rangers. I knew that Gio was named after a Giovanni. I feel like I knew it was Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, but again, that one didn't ring a bell. I knew he was named after a footballer, but for some reason I thought it was like another Gio. But I don't know. Again, educational stream is what we're here for. Gio should play for Rangers and toughen up. Napoli look good. They do look good. And I think they could have a deep run if they really wanted to. Hazard goes down there. Dangerous free kick coming up. Is that Benzabaini? Benzabaini's got a yellow, does he not? Or did they give this on Hazard? Because Benzabaini had a yellow already. I'm not sure who they're giving this on. If they're giving it to Benzabaini, is he not sent off, or am I hallucinating? But he didn't pull out a yellow. So Benzabaini is probably holding his breath there. Is a foul coming up to Dortmund? Giovanni Lo Celso. Medical team needs to piss off. Yeah, again, I can't say a lot on it because I don't know, man. This injury season for us has been terrible. We got a dangerous free kick coming up. It's Royce and Guerrero overing it. I'd assume this would be a good hit for Guerrero. He did take it, but it wasn't a good hit. Lucas says Brandt better than Gio. Well, Brandt has his moments. Brandt has his moments where he changes the game. I have not noticed him whatsoever since he came on today. And I don't know, man. Gio's worrying me with all these injuries. Nice tackle. Holland or Mullen? What do you mean? Who's playing today? Because you're asking me who's better. I mean, there's only one answer, and it's Holland by like a good. I don't know how to tell you how much better, but maybe twice the value if that's what we're going to talk about. If you're talking about who's playing today, Mullen is playing. Holland's not. Chan was prepared to get a yellow there. Countless player. If he's passionate enough, he should fire the medical team. I don't know, but serious question marks should potentially be looked at. There has to be something here. Josh, who do you think is faster, Mullen or Holland? That's a better question. I'd still probably say Holland, man. He's got like you know how the Bundesliga always has the top speeds. Constantly, Holland, when he plays, pretty much every single game he plays, his top speed is usually 1-2, unparalleled. I don't think I've seen Mullen pop up too much for his top speeds, so I'd just naturally say Erling Haaland is probably Haller. Is probably faster, and there's a shot from distance, and Kobel takes that relatively easy. If Haaland is only worth twice as much as Mullen, we need to sell Mullen. Kobel is our new Weidenfeller. I was just with my friends. Can anyone tell me if Brandt's injury is serious? I'm assuming you meant Gio. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, it's probably serious. But to not quote me on it until we hear more. Because as you guys know, when I do these watch-alongs, I don't listen. So I rely on some of you guys for any knowledge coming from the commentators, just to comment it in the chat. I don't know if they've talked about. Anyone let me know. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a really good ball to find Guerrero. No, it was a poor cross. But let me know if anyone has talked about one of the commentators has talked about Gio yet. I doubt it. I don't think they're gonna have an answer on what's wrong with him yet. But again, just off of body language and just watching what went down, I'd guess it's serious. Mullen has to finish better. He has a good goal, but it wasn't the most accurate. No, I said that too, and I felt like I felt mean saying it, being like, "Ah, Mullen scored," but that wasn't convincing. Which it wasn't. It wasn't a convincing finish. But here comes Brandt, poor ball, and Hazard takes the foul. Just tell me that Zagadu's injury is serious, and I'll invite you to my party. All right, no. We don't want to wish for any of our players to be injured. I don't want Zagadou to be injured. I want Zagadou to stay healthy. I want him to find success. I just don't think he'll find success here. Josh, why did it stop? What stopped? The play-by-play stopped. Oh, that's not good. I will come back to the play-by-play, guys. I don't know why it stopped. I tried refreshing it a couple times, but I don't know. So it's going to stay blank for now. That's weird. See if I can open it on another one. It's just down right now. That's weird. What's the 96 in your Insta? Birth year? It is. It is producer T and I's birth year. I think we should sell Hazard and get like Madueke or Diaby. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. No offense, Hazard. I just think there's so much work that needs to be done with this team. It needs to be picked apart. If I'm looking at this team and who I don't want to leave, I'd say Kobel, Sula. Guerrero's a maybe just because I love Guerrero, but I don't think he fits how this team wants to play. Dahoud, Bellingham, I would like to both stay. Royce. And I would like to keep Holland, but I don't know if that's likely. Other than that, man, in my eyes, everybody else is up for grabs for me. Even though more than likely Brandt and Gio aren't going anywhere. I don't think Munez's going anywhere. Mukuku as well, I'd probably keep. But there's just, I don't know, there's just so much work that needs to be done on this team. It looked like a knee injury to me, but it's hard to tell. I would agree with Yash. They said they have not said anything about Gio's injury in the commentary, but looks bad regardless. Do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord. It should be in the link. If you look on the links in the video, the description, you should see it there if you want to join it. What are we going to do with Hummels this summer? I'm fairly confident we're going to keep him. Would you sell Murray? No, I'd probably give Murray an opportunity to see how he does. We have Meunier, who, like I said, I don't think he's going anywhere. And then a healthy Murray. You have options there for right back. That's why I wouldn't address right back right away. I'd address CDMs, wingers, and center backs. Which is your favorite BVB kit, Josh? I think it was the 2009-2010 dotted one. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Was I right? Was it 2009-2010? It was the one where we won the first of the two back-to-back Bundesliga titles. I'm going to Google it quickly. 2009, 2000, and BVB home kit. Oh, that doesn't look like it. Maybe it was 10, 11? It was 8, 9? When did we win our first one? All right, I found it. Which one's this? It was a 2011-2012 home kit. 2011-2012 is my favorite. The Kappa one. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Sounds like you've been Americanized, Josh. I'm Canadian. What makes you think that I've been Americanized? Did Thorgan Hazard ruin his career by joining Dortmund? Oh, I don't think he's ruined his career being here. I think that he was on such good form at Gladbach and really finding himself. And then he came to Dortmund and it didn't go 100% as planned. On top of that, picking up injuries. I don't, and it's not like he turned into his brother. Like, it's not like he had that kind of fall. But I mean, yeah, in hindsight, maybe if he would have stayed or picked a different club, he wouldn't have ran into these injuries and loss of form. I don't know. It's a tricky question. Best Dortmund game you've been to? I've only been to one live. Dortmund beat Frankfurt at home. We won 3-1. I loved it. Would love to see maybe Maloney get a chance or Koulibaly. What's your opinion, Josh? I don't think you'll ever see Maloney get a shot with Dortmund. Sorry, guys. I just don't think he's good enough. I think he's 22, and this is like one of the highest levels he's played at. That's what he is. He got brought in to be a third division player. Koulibaly brought in with an eye potentially to develop and join Dortmund. So Koulibaly is a realistic player to potentially feature for Dortmund one day. I don't think you guys will ever see Maloney play for Dortmund, unfortunately. The blackout kit was up there as well for one of my favorites. Brandt has really been poor today. He has. He's been quiet. Hoffman. Oh! Are we playing well? We're playing decent. We're up 2-0, obviously, but Gladbach's had chances. Hoffman just ringed one off the post. Kobel's had about 2 or 3 pretty decent saves. I just think it was one of those games where we took our chances and we've just kind of been on a bit of cruise control with a little bit of luck so far. So gutted about Gio. Hope he's not out for a long time. This is Josh. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looking at his reactions, like I said, we're gonna have to wait and see. But there's a nice little run there from Brandt. Much better from him. Finds Dahoud out to Chan. What is your thoughts about the Bundesliga adopting a playoff format? I don't like it. There was a little 2-on-1. Royce, Brandt. Royce, you gotta release him, my man. Oh no. That was a good opportunity there. Royce was just trying to hold on for that last second and probably to dish it over to Brandt. But he took one too many touches and a good defensive play. But yeah, my thoughts on I don't like the new playoff formation or format. Mainly because I want to see Dortmund win the league again over the 34 games. I don't knowing how we are, we'd win the league and then go in this new playoff format and then we'd lose out. I just think this is how football is played. There's massive writings on winning the league. It takes 34, 38 games to win a league. And just because the Bundesliga is uncompetitive because Bayern are just better than everyone right now, like look at Dortmund trying to pick up. And you know what? Dortmund just stole Sula. They get the right fit. They get the right players. Maybe they compete next season. We don't know, but we'll never know. I just think scrapping tradition is not the answer, but a lot of people do like it. But you know what that is? If we put in this new playoff format, we're Americanizing the Bundesliga, and I don't love that. Your thoughts on Bayern's recent form? A bit surprising, but they've had a lot of injury issues as well, and Nagelsmann's been pretty bold, playing almost no defenders. Here comes Daniel Malen. It's a better little run. Tries to find Royce. Gets Dahoud instead. It's a good ball. Is hockey played in school in Canada? Coming from an American, I have no clue. Yeah, we had a hockey league in my high school. So we had 6 schools in our district. So we played a 10-game season, had top 4 made playoffs, had a semis, had a finals. If you won, you went on to the next step. If you won that one, you went on to the next step. And it's varsity, so it's grade 9 to 12. So I played in that, and we won twice, like my region, and then we went on to the next round, and you had to get first to move on, and we finished third twice as well. How much money does Dortmund have? Not enough. Triple substitution coming up here for Dortmund. Looks like Schultz, which I don't love to see, Wolf, and Mukuku. So I'd assume Mukuku comes on for Malen. Schultz, maybe for Guerrero. Would that make sense? Unless they're going to put Guerrero up and maybe take off Royce. And then Wolf probably will come on for Chan. That's interesting. Did you see Ubo's goal today? How did it go in other than a goal? How did he do other than the goal? He only played 60 minutes. He did decent. The goal was pretty easy for him. They lost 4-1. All right. So it's Hazard coming off for Wolf. So Wolf is going at right wing. So that's a straight swap. So Wolf is going at right wing back for Hazard. Schultz is going in at left wing back for Guerrero. So both wing backs are swapped out. That makes a lot of sense. And Malen coming off and Mukuku going up front. So all of that made sense. Our live ticker is still broke, so I don't know why that is. Sorry about that, guys. Brandt coming up. You can say, I bet you there's a lot of hockey played in Minnesota. I played field hockey at college level. Field hockey? I've never played field hockey. At college level, I played soccer. Sorry. I don't know what to say because I also played indoor soccer, so I didn't know whether to say indoor football. I played soccer and indoor soccer for the years I was in college. Josh, are you an OG of Dortmund? What do you mean by that, my man? Elaborate. What do you mean by OG? I've supported Dortmund for as long as I can remember, if that's what you mean. Royce plays it on to Wolf. Oh! Okay. Oh, the bullet. Wow. Marius Wolf absolutely bangs that one home. Nice ball from Royce, picks up an assist on that, but I mean, that was butter down, man. That was a missile. You were absolutely spot on. What a hit. 3-0. Marius Wolf absolutely bangs that one bar down. What a goal. The Hollands love it. A goal and 2 assists for Royce Daddy today. Good hit, son. Marius Wolf, man. That was a bullet. That was a banger. Oh, man. Royce has been feeling it today, man. Is American football huge in Canada? I wouldn't say huge. But it's popular for sure. Kyle said, if a team wins the league by 15 points, then why should the team in second get a playoff place against them for promotion? That makes no sense. I thought the whole point was playing the league. I don't know what you mean by promotion, Kyle, but I think are you trying to say, like, if Rangers won the league, let's just use Bayern because it's the example. If Bayern won the league by 15 points, why should they have the chance not to win the league, go into a semifinal, get upset by fourth, or make it to the final and lose? Because I agree with that. What if Dortmund have a historical season somehow and we win the league by 15 points, or we win the league by a point and then it goes to a playoff and we lose it? So yeah, I don't like that. We're all for it now, but just because we think it gives us an extra chance at the end of the season to win the title doesn't mean it does. It could take a title away from us. I'd rather just, and it's just my opinion, rather just keep it the same and see what happens. But that's what happens when Bayern wins or is on track to win 10 straight leagues. Dortmund need to become more competitive. Other teams too. Leipzig, Leverkusen. We need to find a way to make this league a little bit more competitive without, I don't know, taking what makes it special away. I want to start following the MLS next weekend. What team is a good team to follow in your opinion? Depends. Are you on, like, what would be easier? I would find a time that works for you. There's teams that play in Eastern time, which is right now 1:06 p.m. And there's teams that play on Pacific, which would be 10:06, so 3 hours behind. So whatever would make more sense for you to follow, I'd make that decision. Good opportunity for Dortmund once again. I'd maybe pick like LAFC if you were picking Western, like on the West Coast, or I don't know, Atlanta United. They're always a fun team. But if you want to pick Canadian teams, I mean, you can pick TFC or Montreal. Montreal have a lot of Canadian players on their team, way more than TFC does, at least starters. Or Vancouver, the Whitecaps. But LAFC is an interesting team. California is beautiful, obviously. Yeah, I'm saying they've already earned by... Yeah, Kyle, I agree with you, my man. Would the best team have a zero problem at winning like the playoffs though? Josh, are you an old fan? Yes. I started following Dortmund in the 2009-2010 season. So I was trying to do math. And that's 4. It's Yusufa Mukoko. Is that Royce? Hat-trick of assists? But yeah, whatever I was in 2009, 2010, I think I was like 12 maybe. That makes sense. I was born in 96. So do the math. 14, 13, 2009. It's 9 years. So yeah, I was like 13 when I started like following week in, week out and watching them. I liked them because of FIFA since 2006, my first video game. But I started watching them in 2009. So I don't know. I've been a fan of this club my whole life. And Marco Reus with a 5-star performance today. Makes it 4-0. Mukuku comes on. Delivers. Josh, you team LeBron or team Durant? Don't follow basketball at all, my man. I'd probably say LeBron just because, you know, I know him more, I guess. 4-0 Dortmund, man. This team is hilarious. Let's lose at home to Leverkusen 5-2. Go on the road to a really challenging Berlin side, win 3-0. Lose at home to Rangers 4-2. And then let's beat Gladbach 4-0. Rosa can't deny playing 3 at the back. Yeah, the biggest takeaway, guys, and I'm not going to do the takeaway video. Producer T is, in case you guys were wondering, I mean, Producer T is on vacation-ish, or he went up north to ski, snowboard, and snowmobile. So a good little trip for him. So that's why we didn't do the 5 takeaways. FootMobile's been dog crap today. It's gonna shrink it down. No, I'm not. So I'm not gonna do the 5 takeaways video again today, but I will tell you guys my 5 takeaways now. But yes, that's why we didn't do the Rangers one. And I was annoyed, and I feel like I vented enough in that match. But I'm in nothing but smiles today. This was dominant. But yeah, Producer T is having fun, man. Skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling. Like that's good. That's a W for him. So no 5 takeaways for the Rangers, no 5 takeaways for the Dortmund game today. He'll be back Monday. So I'm gonna get off in about 15 minutes here. So let's what is with these freaking spammers? Piss off. All right. So let's do our takeaways, ladies and gentlemen. While we cruise in, unless there's some game-changing decisions, you guys feel free to put in your 5 takeaways. We'll use the last 13 minutes or so. Put in your guys' 5 takeaways. I'll start with the first and obvious 5 takeaway. I mean, you guys have already put it in, but I mean, put in your takeaways. There's a third frickin' webcam hot girls frickin' link. BS. That's what happens when T's not here. All right. My first takeaway is going to be Marco Reus. Was absolutely sensational today. Best player on the pitch. Knew his team was in trouble after watching the Rangers performance. Knew the inconsistency wasn't there. We needed our guy to come up big, and he did. Scored a goal. 3 assists. I'd give him probably like a 9.7 out of 10. Something like that. He's been absolutely flawless. That was the first takeaway. He stood up when we absolutely needed him to. Did what your captain needs to do. And he is the first takeaway and the main takeaway from today with just a And he's been on really good form. This isn't like brand new. He's been on really good and consistent form for over a month now. And he just topped the performance off even more. Second takeaway is going to be the back three. I've been pissing myself night in, night out, saying, I don't get what Marco Rose is doing. Why can he not do this obvious tactical decision? Why are you playing with this 4-2-3-1 when players are completely out of position? He used the back three. He played Hummels to his strength in the back three, the middle. He used the wing backs to their advantage. He used our wide players instead of putting them out wide, and I'm looking at Brandt, Royce, and Gio. Guess what? He played them as cams. It seemed like such a simple thing to do. And guess what? We took on Gladbach, who I know they're having a rough season, but so are we, and we are up 4-0 at home, which we just lost to Leverkusen 5-2. So massive, massive takeaway for sure. And that's two of the takeaways. And that was what, and Gage said it as well, so a shout out to him who used the three at the back. We had a couple people were saying Royce. Luca as well was saying Royce. Obviously, Royce was man of the match and was our big takeaway here. I'd say third takeaway, and I'm assuming some of you guys have said it, would be the injury concern. Now, I'm not going to say this is the medical staff's problem, guys. I'm not going to say that because I don't know enough as to why this is happening, but something has to be looked at or use it as potential signing. Like when you're going to sign a player, you need to know this because Zagadou went down with a hamstring, a player who's been riddled by injuries since he's joined this club. Gio, who hasn't been able to feature at all this entire season, got his first start and the kid just looks heartbroken. We saw Royce potentially go down, and I know he didn't. We have players that are already out. Holland's already sitting on the bench. The injuries are starting to really, really scare me because Holland hasn't been able to stay fit. Gio hasn't been able to stay fit. Hazard's had his problems. Zagadou as well. Akanji's out. Like, these injuries are continuously going and going and going. And it's starting to seriously scare me. And I know this isn't a new issue, and I haven't really talked about it too much because, that's a really good ball from Mats Hummels. Marco Royce. Oh, my God. All right, so his 9.7 just went to a perfect 10. 2 goals and 3 assists. And all 5. I need to now backtrack to our first takeaway. Lucas says Royce needs to always play as cam, and I agree with you at his age, man. But now that added me to, yes, my third takeaway is the injuries are a massive concern, and they still are. My fourth takeaway, guys, is going to be Mats Hummels, and I'll get to that in a second. But watch Mats Hummels here. When he gets to play in the middle, and he has that security to his sides. And look at that pass. Royce is so clearly onside, it wasn't even funny. And then just buries that in the back of the net. 5-0. Oh, my God. But let's talk about my fourth takeaway. My fourth takeaway is Mats Hummels for that reason. And if you guys are not new to the channel, how many times, guys, have I said we need to play a back three specifically for Mats Hummels? And I say it not just because I think he's slow and it's hard for a back three, but I say it because he's the best passer of the ball of center backs in world football, in my opinion. He can do very, very special things when he's got that ability. Now, when he gets put in a back four, when you have very unreliable fullbacks, and depending on who he's playing with, he can be unreliable. The back four is a disaster. But when you play with the back three, and there's ability to allow the wing backs to play their game, and he's got coverage on the wings, or on the outside center backs, it allows Hummels to step up with the ball and do exactly what we just saw. Not only that, when you have protection like Prongicic and Chan on the sides, it doesn't hurt him as much with his pace, because that's a big weakness of Hummels' game. He has that protection with pace. But without it, he comes vulnerable. And with it, he's able to now do what he does. I'm just going to remove this because, it's been a disaster. You got to see my face for a little bit. He gets to step up and make passes like that. He walked up knowing he had protection on his side, knowing that he's got the ability to use what he's best at, and he puts in an unbelievable ball to send through Marco Reus out on goal. There's not enough to it. That is a big reason why a back three is suited for Hummels. And remember the match we saw him play in a back three, but on the outside left? It was even even funnier. Just absolutely ridiculous that happened there. So that's where he needs to play, central center back in a back three, and you're going to get the best out of Mats Hummels. The protection, the ability to not exploit his speed, and finally to let him pass. And guys, my fifth and final takeaway while the game is still going on is going to be potentially Gregor Kobel and a clean sheet. Now, we picked up a clean sheet in our last Bundesliga match against Union Berlin. Now, we conceded, was it 9 goals? 9 goals in 2 matches at home against Leverkusen and Rangers. And there was opportunities to score today. Gladbach had a lot of opportunities to score. But Kobel came up clutch when he needed him to. We worked our way into the game a little bit more. And ultimately, if we can see out the clean sheet, my fifth takeaway is the fact that Gregor Kobel has just been a fantastic signing. He's bailed us out when we needed him to. He's a reason he gave Dortmund a chance to ease their way into the match and then to break out and just absolutely demolish Gladbach 5-0. So those are my 5 takeaways, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed them, as there's about 5 minutes left in this match. And now we can get back to the comments. Everyone's saying Josh needs a mod. Well, Producer T is the mod, guys. Producer T is our mod. I'm sorry that these accounts keep coming in. I don't get it. They know I'm vulnerable today, and they've just exploited me. But yeah, that was something else. I am reliable. We need Schlotterbeck and Van de Beek. We don't need Donny Van de Beek. He's not a 6, man. He's no different of a player. He's an 8. He plays similar to like what De Hood and Bellingham do. We need a proper 6. So I don't think we need Donny Van de Beek. I absolutely do think that we need Schlotterbeck, and that's a no-brainer. Royce with 2 goals and 3 assists, man. What a performance. What a performance. 5-0. That's a statement. We don't need Paul Pogba. Again, he's not a 6. But we do not need him. And we cannot afford him. Just looking at Royce's, oh man, 2 goals and 3 assists. That is a performance you're never going to forget. Van de Beek is on loan at Everton. He is, but we don't need him at Dortmund, man. Van de Beek wouldn't fit this team very well. Maybe if De Hood or Bellingham left. If we sold Bellingham, I wouldn't be against signing Van de Beek. Nico got the winner yesterday for Freiburg. He did. And he finds Brandt. Will that be 6? Whew. Kobel deserves more clean sheets. He does. What CDM could we get now that Zachariah is at Juve? I keep saying Boubacar Kamara. It's not probably realistic. But it's one that I will go to bat for every single time. Other than that, I don't know. I need to think of some young German CDMs that are playing in mid-table Bundesliga sides that want to move up. Gage says we need Schlotterbeck. Yes. CDM. Yes. Adeyemi. I agree with you. You're saying only because it's going to happen. I agree. It's going to happen. I don't think we need Adeyemi. I don't. I think we need a proper winger. But if Adeyemi is going to be our winger, then so be it. A left back / right back, Klosterman. Klosterman would be sick. We'll never probably get him. Tyler Adams is available. I don't know if I want Tyler Adams. No, the clean sheet. Bring Weigl back, maybe. It's not a bad idea. What do you think about Ndidi? Doesn't fit the profile. Too old of a player. Reece Oxford's a center back. Nico Stark come in as option as well. Would Robin Knock ever leave Leeds for Dortmund? He can play center back and CDM. He can. It's not a bad shout. How's it been, Dortmund fan? You literally got beat by the Rangers. Yeah, it's a weird team, isn't it? This is the last few results. It's wild. Lost at home to Leverkusen, 5-2. Embarrassing. Then 1 away against Union Berlin, which is a tricky tie. Can't stress that enough. That's a tricky tie. And we won 3-0. And then at home against Rangers, lost 4-2. And that's just a terrible result in a competition that you supposedly are trying to win. And then we bounced back and beat Gladbach at home 5-0. It's super, super weird. So that tells me that our next match, we're going to lose 5-2 to Rangers. So that's, the consistency of this side has been absolutely wild. Thoughts on Silas? Again, too injury prone, man. I'm staying away from any player that isn't durable and built like a brick. But the passing towards the end of the second half has been really, really good. Another good opportunity from Dahoud. Gets absolutely taken out. Tries to find Wolf. He's giving a penalty. Wow. Marius Wolf comes on, scores an absolute bullet, and then gets a gets a penalty. I'm assuming yeah. That's a pen for sure. And Royce for a hat trick, man. 3 goals and 3 assists. Royce hat trick for sure. Oh, it's Chan. What is wrong with you? Why not let Royce take it? It's for his hat trick. He could have 3 goals and 3 assists and a 6-0 win. And you're gonna let Emre Chan take it. I'm livid. Royce, what are you doing, my man? Now, Chan has been one of the smoothest penalty takers, so this better be gross again. He scored. It wasn't as gross as I liked, but I'm not impressed. I'm mad, man. Come on, he could have 3 goals and 3 assists. It's like record-breaking numbers. How would you? I mean, Royce is bad on penalties. I get it, but it's 5-0. That mattered not at all. Now it's 6-0. Just ran over Gladbach today. Marius Wolf has been really good since coming on. Honorable mention on our 5 takeaways we've already did. Scoring an absolute worldie. Drawing a pen. Emre Chan is somewhat cool as you like. Sommer got close to it. Royce should have took it. I'm annoyed. Oh, man. Chan should start in the back 3. I'm so annoyed. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping this thing up. Thank you guys so much for watching. On your way out, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub. We won 6-0, and I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. See you guys sometime next week. Cheers, friends.